total nonsense. But I was seeing where okay, so they have this thing called CERN. Some people say it's being dismantled. I believe everything I hear. And it's this large circle that just travels for miles, and they're trying to smash protons and neutrons together. Some things I don't even talk about. Maybe this is one of them. I shouldn't talk about it because, like, I'm worried about what happens if I tell people certain things, where that leads, how to efficiently create things that could be turned into bombs and stuff, just like you know, like when they create a nuclear bomb, they said, I'd become death to destroy a world. It's like, yeah, you did. Because you was working for people who wanted to fucking destroy fucking. And so you gave them the technology, whatever. But I notice, you know, like thoughts appear, things appear, everything. Nothing hasn't appeared that I've ever seen, right? So I was like, you know, like restudying some of that stuff, like CERN, and I was noticing also at the same time other studies of the DNA structure and the serpents around the staff, the medical structure. You know, they twist around like that. DNA twists around, keeps twisting around, coming back together. And so let's also look at something we can prove with our eyes that does something. We take a water hose, we put our thumb on it, and it creates that serpent, that twisting power design. The water comes out and then smashes into itself and then twists back out and smashes into itself and twists back out. But yet it's so much more powerful than if we just let the water droop out. And that's a natural function too, which to me is important. I see that happen in nature. You know why? You know how it's natural? Because you pee like that. That's how your pee works. You ever watch your pee? Of course you have. You have two large strands on the outside, and then they hit together. I don't know what it's like to be a female, but you have two large strands on the outside. They hit together, and then they twist back out, just like the DNA structure, just like the serpent staff of life structure, Baphomet sign that the Christian hospitals use. Okay, so somehow, when we do that, when we create that force, what we're doing is we're separating two things, and those two things, in a hose at least, those two things are smashing back together, separating it, smashing back together, and still after all those collisions are producing a greater force than what would just flow out of the hose before. And you know, once I really cared to look at the situation, I began to realize, like, you know, if we're gonna play by these scientific rules on this planet, then this has some sort of meaning. This is natural. Everything natural here has a meaning. The trees are here to teach you how to make the TVs, stuff like that. Like, I don't know the direct link. Oh, LED. Okay, I guess I do. That's organic. LEDs, so, yeah, I guess we're already there. But when it shows you something, when the design appears, then the design seems to be implemented in the overlay, the whatever is really going on here. So I think, you know, you're a scientist working on CERN or something like that, or, I mean, it took someone who wasn't anyone to develop a cat toy, and it's like, cat toys are better than everything, aren't they? Because cats are better than everything, aren't they? So, you can invent stuff. You don't have to be working for CERN. But I was just thinking from a few things I've seen, like, you know, we can probably generate more power. And not only that, I was also just thinking that when we do the twisting, maybe we can do the twisting this way where the one power flows one way and the other power flows the other way. You know, the cooling and the heating, and also when we design wire and piping structures, we will enclose the waste, We will isolate, we will insulate, and keep those things in as well. And in fact, I think maybe the insulation, obviously they sell insulation, they say it works in tests, and us scientists and Rudolph and Santa Claus and everyone else says it works. So buy it now. Buy. So that, I mean, something's different in some of the chords I use where they can tap together and create electrical interference in the music I'm making, and then other ones claim they have double shielded twisted strands. Even the audio is doing the twisted strands. So it's not just the science, it's not just your hospital who you visit once every 7.2 months, everyone for the entire life. It's not just them. It's audio company, which, I mean, music is life anyway, so you visit music, every 7 minutes in your life on average. And without music, there'd be like a lot of silence in life, and I don't think it'd be here. It's definitely one of the original creations, outside of the creation of hard atoms. It was the first thing that keep them busy, let them eat cake, and let them enjoy cake. Cake is delicious, anyways. So, anyways, we get into that. I think maybe CERN, I was thinking right away, maybe CERN is built incorrectly, because it should be a twisting strand, because this is the strand of life. This is the strand that the hospitals use. When the hospitals using the Baphomet symbol. So all these people are using this strand as a symbol of life. The serpent's Moses and his staff with the serpents twisting around it. It's kind of like, I didn't discover anything really, did I? I just was told it on a day I was dumb enough to think about it. But I think that could have a lot of uses here. I wonder what happens, maybe someone already knows. It sounds pretty simple. If we have, what happens when we twist the positive and the negative power flows together? That's probably not the best thing, right? But if we're trying to generate power, obviously by what comes out of pee holes and what comes out of hose when we stick our thumb on it to make it spray harder, if we don't have a sprayer surface, it shows us this geometric design and stuff of how things flow naturally. And nature's kind of like always there to tell you something. Who the hell wants a tree out there? But could tell you a lot of things, right? You could grow some grass and some flowers for you. You can do something. You could pick the tree leaves and eat them, and you're not hungry anymore because, ew, I just ate a tree leaf. Perfect. You realize you don't even need to eat at that point. Trees are pretty educational. They grow a lot bigger and a lot longer than some humans. Educational. But anyways, I think when implementing designs, I'm not sure exactly, because it's not like I have some large lab right now and a bunch of people to work for me, but I think implementing this twisting structure is probably part of evolution of the reality of power and technology and advancement and stuff like that. So just putting that out there. I know I've talked with people, who are in places and they're making stuff and I make stuff and all that, but I'm not going to be working with this. I don't have the time left here to work with all this stuff. But I think that that is definitely put there for a reason to take note of and see it act in unison. Pretty natural to come out my body like that and work like that.